Starting over. Also commonly referred to as reinventing yourself, getting your shit together. It has lots of different terms. There's lots of different ways that it goes down. It can go down from major life event and everything falls apart. It can be a decision. It can be something that you've come to after a long time of soul searching and figuring out you want something more or different than what you've got currently going on in your life. This is a little bit more of a rambly video because there isn't really a conclusion to this. That's the spoiler, is that everybody goes through it multiple times in our lives, actually. And we continue to go through it. It's something we face over and over again. It's not one and done, or 2 or 3 times the charm. It happens a lot, but it happens on different magnitudes. So reinventing yourself can be changing from, hey, I graduated college and I got my first job and I got my first apartment and I'm adulting now. Woo! And then all of a sudden you got bills to pay and that sucks. So, personal life experience. Yeah, okay. Growing up sucks. I don't do it. I try to avoid growing up as much as possible. Yeah, as you can tell by all the tchotchkes and the shit around me. Yeah, I just kind of refuse to grow up. I'm like, meh. Growing up is like growing old and end result is dying. So you know what? Nope, not going to play that game. Perpetually stuck at the age of 12. Loving it. That aside, this is about reinventing yourself or getting your shit together, starting over, all of those fun terms, depending on which one you want to choose. They all kind of imply different things. They kind of imply whether shit fell apart on its own or whether you chose the path. I've gone through both. I've gone through both where everything fell apart and I had to start over again with absolutely nothing. Literally nothing. Like, literally, there was a point in my life when everything went sideways and I was still in college and I refused to drop out of school because everything went sideways. I decided I was going to tough it out. And there was a point when I was homeless and I literally slept in the classrooms overnight. I had overnight permissions to work and I would check out the keys to one of the studios and run over to one of my lockers, grab a blanket and a pillow, and slept in a camera room. Yeah, I did that. And then a friend found me and, forced me to pretty much move in with her and for a while, even though I couldn't pay the rent. She gave me a chance. And that's one extreme of life falling apart. And I had to pick myself up, redefine who I was, find a job while going to school full time, try and get my shit together, and get back into life. There's also been times where it's been a choice. And I'm at one of those crossroads right now. I'm in the thick of reinventing myself. I had an incredible life-changing experience. No, it wasn't a near-death experience. It almost felt like it at times, but that's a whole different story. And I kind of had one of those aha moments where everything fell into place. All of a sudden, life made sense. It was really clear that my path was not the path I was walking. It was time to change. And when I say change, I don't mean a little change. I mean everything in life started to fall apart once I realized I wasn't on my path. All the illusions of what I thought was my life, which was happy and complacent and relatively normal, all of a sudden started falling apart. And I think that's one of the interesting and unusual parts of the reinvention process is once you recognize that the life you're living no longer syncs with your core values, with what you believe in your heart and what is true to you, when you recognize that and clearly recognize that, all of a sudden you're Alice in the Looking Glass. Everything shatters. Everything shatters. Your perception of your reality shatters. Your perception of yourself shatters. And you realize this life, this daily grind, this shit I'm doing day in, day out, this is not me. I'm over there. That's my happy place. That's my home. That's where I'm supposed to be. Not here. Not this. Ooh, and when that happens, that's when things really start to become intense. And I think that is the feeling, the dread that a lot of people experience when they're in this reinvention process, this overwhelming state of how do I get through this? How do I get from here to there? I need to be at point B, but I'm stuck at point A and I can't see the roadmap between the 2 points. It's a difficult place to be in, and I know it well because I'm in it myself. I know where I am right now, and I know the GPS is telling me I'm supposed to be over there. How do I get from here to there? You know what? I honestly don't know. But that's also kind of the beautiful part of this. I'm not supposed to know. It's not my job to know. It is my job to know that the destination is point B. I know where I'm supposed to be. Now, once I have recognized that, once I have made that the goal, that is in my heart, my soul, my bones, every breath I take, every thought I have is focused on the destination. The path becomes clear. The path starts to emerge. All of a sudden, the wall I was leaning against, thinking, I'm banging my head against this wall, thinking, how am I supposed to get to the other side? All of a sudden, it becomes clear. I'm not banging my head on a wall. It's a door. You have to open the damn door. Oh, okay. All right, let me take that next step. Let me open the door. Now what do I do? Well, now you got to walk through the door. Okay. Next step, we walk through the door. What happens next? Okay, I have to go this way. Start walking. I don't have to see every step of the path because I have faith. I know where I'm going to end up. My heart has already made this decision. My soul has made this decision. This is going to happen, taking me either on an incredible journey that I love, or it's going to take me kicking and screaming. Which option do I prefer? Well, clearly I prefer taking the nice leisurely route that I'm going to enjoy. So I need to change my mindset to understand that, okay, there's going to be some shit. There's going to be some roadblocks. There's going to be all kinds of turbulations. And you know what? I need to stop and step back and enjoy every second of it. Because this is a process. This is a journey. This is, there's going to be some construction on the road that the GPS didn't see coming. It's okay. Turn on the radio, dance in the car, sing out loud. You got some extra time to yourself. Don't worry about it. There is nothing that you can't get through. You just have to change your mindset about it. So if you're going through this may resonate with you. This may resonate with the idea that you know that the life that you're in right now doesn't fit. But you might not know where the destination is yet. You may not have your GPS kick in like mine did. Mine kicked in when I was literally on a vacation. And all of a sudden it became crystal clear. The life I'm living is not my life anymore. I'm simply living and going through motions. This does not make me happy anymore. I had a crashing realization of exactly where I need to be, exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, and that is where my best life ever is. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I just got incredibly valuable information. I need to act on it. If I ignore it and just shove it under the rug and say, that's a lot of change. That's a lot of work. I don't want to. Well, that's my choice. I could do that. And I could live very comfortably in a life where I am, doing a job that I'm doing nothing. That's not the path I want. This YouTube channel is the start of the path. Who would have thunk it? I had no intention of ever making a YouTube channel or ever recording a video. But all of a sudden, my GPS kicked on and said, excuse me, lady, crazy lady who's, just on vacation. Shit's about to get real for you, okay? This is where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be living here. And this is the life you're supposed to have. These are the people you're supposed to be around. And that life that you have been doing every day is no longer working. I'm going to help you get there, but you got to trust me. That's a hard one. It's very hard to trust your inner GPS. And your inner GPS, if we're going to be completely blunt about this is your heart and your soul. You're three things. You're a three-part creature, okay? You are your body, the physical, which can touch, experience, do all the things. You are your heart, which is the feeling and the compass. It is what is telling you what direction to go because it feels everything. And then you're also your soul. And your soul is much bigger than anything. It is immense. It is this tiny fraction that is living inside of you, but is also connected to a higher self, to a self that already knows all of this, that is wiser than we could ever imagine. And you can get into all sorts of philosophical and spiritual debates about what the soul technically is. And we can all agree to disagree because everybody's got a different way of looking at it. But for me, the higher self, the soul, the one that's, up there driving the show, it's driving the little car that's itty bitty little me in this tiny little instance and sliver of time. The one who's driving this, like I'm the sim, okay? I'm the sim. That's player one up there. So they already know what's going to happen. They already know I'm supposed to be over there. They're like, yeah, okay, yeah, let's get you over there. Playing along. My mind is arguing, saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing? We don't. I do not want to go left. I want to go right. What are you doing?" The body is following along, going, "Okay, well, the mind said go this way. The heart said go this way. What am I supposed to do?" It's very hard to turn off your mind, or, in my personal opinion, to put it in its place and say, "Thank you, mind. I love you very much. You're doing a wonderful job protecting me. I am very grateful for everything you do. But if my heart is saying we go this way, then the heart is my compass. You are the rudder of the ship. You are going to steer the body in the direction it needs to go, according to what the heart says. Let the heart be the navigator, and we go. It's a hard philosophy to keep because you're going to hit rough waters. You're going to hit a lot of turbulence. Staying the course is very hard. But when you're in the process of reinventing yourself and you're following your passion, you're following your core values and where you believe you need to be, if you keep it in perspective, you're going to go one way or the other. You're going to go kicking and screaming, or you're going to go and you're going to enjoy the ride. I opt for enjoying the ride. You want to go kicking and screaming? Okay. Usually the kicking and screaming route involves, it's too much work, I don't want to do it. So you stay where you are. You get more miserable. You just keep getting more miserable. Let's just put it out there. Life sucks. Eventually it falls apart and it chews you up and spits you out, okay? Like literally your reality starts to reject you. I've actually watched this happen to people. It's actually really crazy. When you are supposed to be doing something else, you refuse to go. Life's going to grind you down. It is just going to grind you to bits. And then once you are to the point where you just can't take any more, it's literally going to reject you. It's going to spit you out and be like, nope. It's just going to catapult you in a different direction until you figure out, I'm supposed to, okay, fine. I am so miserable at this point in my life, in this stage. Whatever it takes to do that, whatever the amount of work was that I was complaining, the too much of, I don't want to. Okay, all of a sudden, that seems like a freaking vacation compared to what I've been going through. So, no problem. I'm out. You're going to get there one way or the other. Enjoy the ride. Do it on your time. Turn it into something fantastic. Okay, so that might be easier said than done. I understand that. I really, really do. There isn't an easy solution to it. I wish there was. But there is a phrase that I have always found to be incredibly empowering. And it goes like this. It says, if something is meant to be, then it is going to be. And there is absolutely nothing that you can do to fuck it up. You can't. You can't. It is meant to be. There is nothing you can do that's going to bork this. Likewise, if it is not meant to be, like absolute no-go at this station, that is not happening, there is nothing you can do that is going to force it to happen. Now, I love this idea. This applies, I personally feel it applies to my life in every aspect, whether it is my job, whether it is my relationships, whether it is, I don't know, a new toy that I want, like, I want a laptop. If it's going to happen, then everything just kind of falls into place. The sale's at the right time, the price is right. I've got an extra, refund check from my taxes. Everything worked perfect. Who would have thunk it? Well, if it was meant to be, it's meant to be. Also, take this conversely into a relationship. If it is not meant to be, I don't care how much you try. I don't care what tricks you try to pull. I don't care how desperate you are to cling on to that relationship. If it's not meant to be, it doesn't matter. It's not going to work. And eventually, it is just going to fall apart anyway. Now, you may think, okay, so free will, don't I get a choice in this? Yes, no. I mean, it's like GPS. Point A, point B. You kind of have some free choice and free will as to how you want to get there. Well, we know where we're going, but you kind of have a choice. Do you want to go kicking and screaming? Do you want to go enjoy it? Do you want to take the slow route? Do you want to go super fast and just throw everything to the wind? You have choice. You are never robbed of choice. But that choice exists within a set of variables. So when you are reinventing yourself, when you are starting over, when you are trying to put your life back together from whatever shitstorm that happened, whether it is your choosing or not your choosing, be kind to yourself. Listen to your heart. And it may be really hard to hear. It may take time to practice learning to hear that, learning to trust it, because it's kind of a concept that's beaten out of us a lot of times, especially from the age of being a child. We're taught not to follow these things. The truth is, if you follow it, life's a lot easier. But be kind to yourself during this time of reinventing. Know that everybody goes through it. We go through it by choice or by force. But everybody does go through it. You will get through this. You will get through whatever the challenge is. All you have to do is stop banging your head on the wall and realize that that wall isn't actually a wall. It's a door. Look for the door handle. Look for the door handle. Because once you do that, you're starting the path of getting to wherever it is your GPS needs to point you to. I hope that this gave you a little bit of perspective, maybe changed your mindset just a little bit around the concept of reinventing and starting over. I hope you'll stick around, because I'm sure I'll make videos about where things go in my journey, because I am in the middle of the thick of this right now. I am in the process of reinventing. Everything is falling apart, and I'm loving every second of it because I know where I'm going. All I need is for the pieces to start realigning so that I get to my end destination, because I know that's where I'm supposed to be. My best life is waiting for me. Matter of fact, my best life is right now. My best life is this moment, making a YouTube channel that I never thought I ever would, talking about topics I never really thought I'd talk about to people out in the world that I never thought I'd actually want to be internet friends with. Hey, by the way, click the buttons, do the things, whatever, because we can be internet friends. I have a community where I talk to people about mindset issues. I never thought that would happen. But all of this are these tiny little steps moving forward that my GPS is putting me on to get to my final destination. I had no idea this was coming. Never anticipated it. But you know what? Rather than being afraid, rather than hiding and, just going hanging out in the closet and being like, oh my God, nobody can see me, nobody can see me, nobody can see me, I'm embracing it. And I'm saying, you know what? I am going to love every second of this journey, because I'm going to love every second of my destination when I get there. I hope this helped. I hope you stick around. I hope to make a lot more videos about mindset, my crazy ass path, and what's going on. If you enjoy this, be my internet friend, do the things, join the community. There's a link somewhere. We'll talk, we'll chat. Life gets good. I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next video. And until then, happy journey. Happy reinventing. Enjoy every single moment. Thank you.